You don't connect to God by doing more. You connect by doing something that you've never been taught to do. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Most people hear be still and interpret it as, I need to just sit down, be quiet, don't move, so that I can calm myself down. Like if you remove the noise and just sit in silence, that there will automatically be a connection that is made. And then when that connection isn't made, because you're not stilling what you need to, your mind, then you get frustrated at yourself. You feel like God isn't listening to you. You feel like God doesn't want to connect with you. You feel like God is making it hard to connect with you, when really we are the ones that are making it so difficult to make that connection to that higher source, to that stillness where we find God. Being still is often taught as a behavior, something that you do, instead of a state of being that you enter into. So then that often leads to people performing stillness instead of actually experiencing it. This is where people get caught up in thinking that they need to be some guru who's sitting on the mountaintop meditating all day, or someone who is wearing a robe, but none of those things are really necessary. I know for me, I have fell into that trap of feeling like, well, I'm being quiet, I'm sitting still right now, why is nothing happening? But my mind was racing. I didn't know how to truly quiet my mind, and I'm still finding ways to do it better and better. It's usually not a linear path, but with consistency, it is possible to find that stillness so that you can know too that you are God. Because in Psalms, when it's said, be still and know that I am God, it's saying that from the first person as direction for us to be still and know that we are God. And truly, only in that stillness can we actually find that connection and knowing that we are God. But we have to be willing to quiet not only the noise in our life, but the resistance that is keeping us tight instead of flexible. So I, like many of you, was sitting still but feeling anxious about my life, worried about the future, regretful over the past, feeling like I need to be doing a million other things rather than being still and quieting my mind. It didn't feel productive enough. And so I was never able to truly allow myself to find that connection and allow my mind to be still so that I can receive ideas from God, that I can receive intuition from my guides, from guardian angels, from the universe. But I couldn't because my internal state didn't shift. Only my environment did. I created the still, quiet space, but I never found it where I needed it. If you're still trying to reach for God in that stillness, then you're still in separation. Never truly separation, because that connection can't be disconnected, but your experience will be as if you are separate from God. There can't be an effort or a striving underneath your intention to make that connection with God through being still. So this is why people say, I tried meditation, I tried prayer, and still nothing happened. That's because they were performing the action, but they weren't entering the state that they needed to. So the moral of the story is, you can be completely silent and still be completely disconnected. So here's what it actually means. Being still is about quieting the identity that is constantly trying to fix things. We need to be able to let go of the noise without trying to figure everything out. And that's the nice thing about being still when you really achieve it. Everything figures itself out. You don't have to work or try so hard. Know that I am God is not an intellectual part of that psalm. It's an experiential one. It's a recognition, it's a realization. It's not just a thought that you repeat. And when you can really let go of the noise and the resistance, that's when you allow everything that you need. The state of consciousness, the imagination, and the awareness of that connection to God is immediately accessible. So just see it as stillness is the doorway, and knowing is on the other side. The shift that I made in my life from being a hard worker, a striver, a self-sacrificial person, it all changed when I decided to get into the state of allowing and not pushing and forcing, which is exactly what being still and knowing that you are God does. Especially if you're going through or have just recently gone through a very dark period in your life, this is actually when stillness is going to be most accessible for you. because you finally let your guard down. You're in a state of surrendering. So don't feel like you have to perform spirituality, meditation, stillness. You don't. Let it be between you and God. Whatever that looks like, whatever pace it is, just allow that connection in. Give yourself the time and the space to consciously become aware of the connection that's always there. Because again, you're never disconnected from God. You can never be disconnected. But we want you to have the experience of being connected consciously, instead of having the experience that you're disconnected and lost and can't find God. Because that's a very human experience. I can tell you the best, most creative moments and expressive moments and emotional moments that are positive that ever happened in my life came from truly allowing myself to be still, to quiet my mind, to feel the connection that's already there. And then everything comes from that. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to strive. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to fix yourself. You're perfect the way that you are. Yes, you're always evolving as a human, but the essence that is you is truly perfect. You don't have to fix yourself. You just need to give yourself permission to be. Because the moments you feel the most connected are the moments when you just stop trying so hard. I love you guys so much. I want the best for you. I want you to have that connection in your life so that no matter the circumstances going on in your life, you always feel that connection to God. And you truly know that circumstances really don't matter, and only your state of being matters. And when your state of being matters the most, that's when you're the most connected to God. Trust yourself, because you don't find God in the noise of trying. You find Him in the silence of letting go.